Welcome. Today's lesson is just writing the linear equation in the form of y equals mx plus b, where m is our slope and b is our y-intercept, where we cross the y-axis. We're going to do that from a graph. So just remember, m is slope, which is rise over run. So we need to find the rise and find the run from the graph, rise over run, and then we need to also find the y-intercept, which is our b value. So again, our b is our y-intercept. Okay, so let's do that. It's running out of room for my mouse. I just didn't want to pick it up. All right, so again, looking at this graph, I want to find the rise, which is going from one nice point to another nice point. So again, I'm looking for this nice point here, this nice point here. Again, my slope is a rise of 4, a run of 1. So my slope is 4 over 1, which, by the way, I can just write as 1. And my y-intercept was 0, so my b value is 0. So I go to type that in, and all I need to do is type in y equals 4. Always remember to type in x, and then plus 0. But do we need to write 0? We don't need to write 0, so I'm not going to write 0. Oops. What is going on here? I was backing out. Y equals 4x plus 0. Okay, so I wished it hadn't erased all that information because I wanted that information to be left up there. That's y equals mx plus b. Because again, I'm going to do that same thing. I'm going to first find my slope. Now be careful here. Look at your scaling. Okay, scaling meaning I'm going up by, it looks like 100. So there's 100, 200. There's 100, 200. Or I could have went to this point, went 100, 100. But nonetheless, I get the same value over the same value. I went up 200. I went over 200. That means my slope is, guess what? My slope is a value of 1. Right? That's what m is, or my slope. So I'm going to type in y equals 1x. Y equals 1x. Now, do I need to type the x, or the 1 I mean in front of the x? I don't have to, but it won't mark you wrong if you do. And then I look to see where I'm crossing the y-axis. I'm crossing the y-axis at 300, at positive 300. So I put plus 300. Again, here we have a negative y-intercept. But again, I'm first going to find the slope, watching my scaling. But I can go up 40 over 40, or up 10 over 10, or up 20 over 20. But again, that's a slope of 1. So y equals 1x. And then I cross the y-axis at a negative 40. So I put minus 40. I'm going to jump ahead. Hopefully we'll find one where it's going down. I'm hoping we get a negative slope. Again here, this slope, if you notice, again, I'm always going to watch or look for the nice places where the line intersects a vertical and a horizontal x axis and y-axis point. And then right here at negative 4. So I went up 1 and I went over 4. Up 1 over 4. Remember, up and down is always on top. Left and right is always on bottom. So my equation is going to be y equals 1 over 4 times x and minus 4 because I had a y-intercept of negative 4. What did I do wrong? Look what I answered. I didn't put an equals. I put a minus sign. So it was... Some of you would make a mistake like this and you'd go, oh, I did it right. Look, 1/4 x minus 4, 1/4 x minus 4. But no, there's an equal sign and I accidentally put a minus. I put 1 minus 1/4 x minus 4. That needs to be an equal sign. I got it. Understand what I did wrong. So if you make a mistake, take a minute to try to figure out what your mistake was. They don't want to give me a downward slope. Well, maybe all my slopes are going to be positive. This one here, though, as I look at the y-intercept, and the next nice point that I come across is right here. So it looks like I go up 2 and over 3, a rise of 2, a run of 3. So my equation will be y equals, and I got equals this time, 2/3 x minus 7, because we crossed the y-axis at -7. And it did. Well done. I did. Here's a negative slope. Excellent. Going downhill. So make sure I'm going to do the slope as negative. Looks like I'm going down as I look through this. Here's a nice point here, the y-intercept. I'm going to look up along here, look for that next nice point. And I don't, right here, looks like this is the next nice point. Just to be safe, I'm going to go up to the next one. So I'm finding a few of them to make sure that I'm getting the same ratio. Yep. So it looks like I have a rise of 3, a run of 4, 3 and 4, but I'm going downhill, I'm going down. So my slope is going to be a negative. So y equals -3/4. Remember, rise is on the top of the fraction. Run, left and right, is on the bottom. Don't forget to type in x. And then I cross the y, the vertical axis, at -7 or -7. Never the x-axis. If you have any questions, please bring them to class and I will help you at that point.